This is Sam from Uniondale, and you're tuning into another edition of the Sam I Analyze Show. Lots to talk about in Knick world. The Knicks got number 11 at the crib, and also there's a superstar in the NBA in Giannis Antetokounmpo who could be interested in coming to MSG. Let's analyze. So, after yesterday's disappointing loss, I looked at the Knicks' schedule. I said, Charlotte, then the Jazz on Friday. That's how you restart the streak, and that's how you handle your business. The Knicks tonight handle their business, no question about it. And you've got to give a lot of credit to their all-stars and superstars, and we've got to start off with Karl-Anthony Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns deserves a lot of respect and kudos. He had 18 points. He had 18 points in the first half. I had Cat's stat right here. He had, Cat had 19 in the first half, and he had nine rebounds, 4 offensive, and he finished the game with 35 points and 18 rebounds. Karl-Anthony Towns. Way to have a game on Karl-Anthony Towns. So kudos to him, and we've got to give him that. Karl-Anthony Towns did his thing, and oddly enough, I didn't realize this. Right when it comes to Karl-Anthony Towns, his 16th double of the season, and that's only second in the NBA. So, I mean, he's an all-star for a reason. And he will be again, likely a starter as well. Now, Jalen Brunson, he's been struggling a little bit. The last 3 games anyway, shooting wise, has not really been Jalen Brunson like, right? Against Toronto, he was Boston, he was 6 for 21, and then last night he was 6 for 19. Way better performance by the captain tonight. He had 26 points, but what I was looking for was he going to be Jalen Brunson? 9 for 16 from the field, 5 assists. Listen, Jalen Brunson, we can all have bad games. He's just, he had a rough patch, but thank you for being the captain today. All right, so Jalen Brunson did his thing. The Knicks ended up beating Charlotte by 15, and LaMelo got hot in that fourth quarter, but I never thought the game wasn't the game was one that I was worried about. The Knicks did what they had to do, right? You had Josh Hart, another great performance, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Oddly enough, and in the post game, they asked Mike Brown about what basically made him put Josh Hart into the lineup, and he gave a lot of credit to the coaching staff. So, way to be a player's coach and being willing to listen to your coaches as well and players. So, great job all around. With this lineup, I was interested in finding out how Deuce would do. 15 points, 4 for 9 from the field. Look, listen. The Knicks have a lot of decisions and to make, but it's not to be made now because obviously OG Anunoby is still nursing that hamstring injury. So when he's reevaluated, when Landry Shamet is reevaluated, what was it? As of the beginning of the week, they said 4 weeks. So we'll see what the Knicks do. But listen, the Knicks are rolling right now. They're 11-1 at the crib. Best home record in the East. OKC is the only other team that continues to cook at home. I mean, Oklahoma City, forget it. Oklahoma City right now is just on another level, right? OKC right now is just on another level. Let me analyze and take a look at their records. But look, listen, the Knicks did what they had to do. They did what they had to do. they handle their business, and I expect them to do the same thing on Friday. OKC, by the way, they're 21-1, and they are 10-0 at home, right? So, I mean, you think they don't want to win that second championship? They're going for it. By the way, wow, with that Knicks loss yesterday, they're 3.5 out behind the Pistons, and Pistons are 1, Raptors are 2, Heat are 3, and the Knicks are currently in 4th place. So it is what it is, right? It is what it is. But here's the deal, y'all. The Knicks right now are 11-1, 14-7. As a matter of fact, I don't know if they that standing factored in today, but so disregard that. But the Knicks right now are still top 4 in the East. Now, and like I said, I thought the Knicks would handle their business. But we've got more important pressing things to talk about. As you saw in my thumbnail, Giannis and his team are analyzing right now. Giannis and his team are basically they're trying to see, okay, what's next? Now, going into tonight's games, they asked Glenn Doc Rivers about the rumors and everything like that. And Doc Rivers says, and he gets the quote of the day, he said before the game, there's been no conversations, and that Giannis Antetokounmpo loves Milwaukee and he loves the Bucks. You know who this reminds me of? This reminds me of Dwight Howard years ago when he was with Orlando. Remember Dwight Howard? I want to be traded. I don't want to be traded. And now, it's like Giannis wants to be traded. Giannis, yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. But, and the thing is, and let's take a look, by the way. Giannis got hurt, by the way. Anybody paying attention? He did get hurt tonight. And that, to me, is something to monitor and, be mindful of. But, Giannis did get hurt. But Giannis to the Knicks, y'all. I know some Knicks fans, you do it yesterday. I get it. You do it ASAP. And the Bucks right now are... this has not been updated at all. Going into tonight, the Bucks were 10th in the East, 9-13. And Giannis got hurt. Here's the deal, right? Giannis Antetokounmpo, you saw that I said I was a fan. I saw the difference between Giannis versus Cat. I mean, I know, obviously, you know the difference between Giannis and Cat. MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, champion. I mean, night and day. But my problem has always been, Giannis comes here. Who are you giving up? Because I'll tell you right away who here's what I would do. And you tell me what you think. Starts with Cat, right? And then I'm thinking OG. Now, the contracts have to match up, yeah, and whatever. But you see how Josh Hart is playing right now? He's been hooping. I'm not trading away any of the Villanova boys, and I'm sure Jalen Brunson doesn't want to do that. He already lost Devo. And if it's the Bucks, I think that's where they start going with that. Now, in the summer, supposedly the Bucks were not even really considering it. They asked for Jalen Brunson. Obviously, Giannis is not coming here not to play with Jalen Brunson. It's not happening. So, I think Cat, and you start with OG, something like that, right? Or maybe, and then the thing is, Mikal now can be traded. So do you, and like I said, Hart and Mikal, those guys are competitors, and I'm sure Brunson wants to win one with them. And then do they ask for Deuce? I think it's going to be any variation of Cat well, that's a lot of money going back when you look at OG and Cat. So Cat, and then maybe filler, because Cat, his contract, and Cat said he would love an extension. I mean, something like that. Mitchell Robinson is expiring. He's due for an extension. Deuce as well. So I'm sure they're going to try to decimate the Knicks, and that's the problem. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You see that Gallo just retired, and that just reminded me of the Melo trade when he retired. What was it, yesterday or the day before? I'm not doing that, folks. I'm not decimating the team. Hey, Giannis, by the way, another calf injury. I think he's had one before. You have to be very careful with that because those calf injuries lead to, look what happened to Halliburton, Achilles. So in a non-contact injury, Giannis is out for a little bit. So maybe the Knicks walk away a little bit and they're like, yeah, we're not doing that. But it is Giannis. But the Knicks have goals here. And like I said earlier on, Karl-Anthony Towns is hooping right now. 16 double-doubles, second in the NBA. So it's going to be very interesting, folks. I'm sure Leon Rose is going to visit that. I'm sure Leon Rose is going to visit the Chris Paul thing. I don't want him either. I think Tyler Kolek is doing his thing. And I'm sure, with the CBA, you want to keep players and develop players. So, and what did Tyler Kolek do tonight? Kolek, 13 minutes. He had 6 points. He had 3 rebounds and 5 assists. And I mean, the guy is, you can see the talent is there. So again, folks, I have a question for you, Knicks fans. Do you want Giannis? What do you trade for Giannis? What would you want to see if you trade for Giannis? And obviously, I'm not decimating the team. CP3, who announced that he's done at the end of the year, I'm good. I'm good on that. He had a chance to be a Knick twice, I believe, and he wants to be in the West Coast. So they sent him home. I'm good. I don't think he's going to. Maybe he's about to be out anyway, and he can go to a team that can contend. You saw he had like Thanksgiving dinner with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So I don't know, but I just don't want that headache. I don't want that headache, and I don't know. But again, he was Leon Rose's client, so it's going to be very interesting. But the Knicks are always tied to everyone. But Giannis now, he's hurt. Does that allow the Knicks then to quietly talk in the background with Milwaukee because, now he's not playing. They can't really ask him a lot of questions right now. Giannis can just stay in the cut at this point. But get well, Giannis. Like I said, I do the trade if it's not decimating the team. And I don't see any way that they won't try to decimate the team and take the Knicks for everything. I mean, that's what, these GMs do. So let's see what happens here, folks. But the Knicks, 11-1 at the crib. I believe it's going to be 12-1 against the Jazz on Friday. Let me know in the comments what you want to see the Knicks do when it comes to this Giannis stuff. Now it's that time. Tom Brady and Shaquille O'Neal will be part of the final draw for the FIFA World Cup. I'd like to thank you for tuning in, folks. I'm on most social media platforms at SamIAnalyze. Please like, share, subscribe, and you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, à tout à l'heure.